How to process triggers without damaging your relationships. Welcome. My name is Tabitha MacDonald. I am an intuitive coach and a body worker, and I help people get out of pain and improve their lives as fast as possible. Today's exercise is a really powerful neuro art technique that I'm combining with a superconscious recode so that you have more tools to handle emotional triggers, especially when you're being activated by someone that you love. If you're feeling really charged after a conversation, this is not the time to go back in and try to fix it. Because when your nervous system is activated, you're not speaking from your wisdom, you're speaking from your wounds. And if you don't know how to process what you're feeling in the moment, you might say something that creates damage you didn't actually want. This is especially helpful if you've ever had a brain injury or you're going through midlife hormonal changes, because sometimes our brains, the chemistry in our body, it creates an upheaval in the way that we perceive the world. And it's really important that we do this. It shows up a lot with adult children because, let's be honest, midlife, we tend to have a lot of things impacting us at the same time. Aging parents, a lot of divorce, separation, changes, and then kids moving out and moving on and leaving us with this strange emptiness that I don't think anyone ever prepares you for. So today I had a conversation with somebody and I felt very upset when I got off the phone. And I tend to just pull away and go within when I'm upset. And I knew that it was something that I needed to process. So I immediately came home and recorded this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use Superconscious Recode, and we're going to use Neuro Art in order to interrupt the pattern, figure out what the root cause is, and cut this behavior strategy out of the water so that you can just think more clearly. So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in. Also, since I know the video is already going, don't worry, go down below into the comment section and I'll have a step-by-step process that you can follow. So let's begin by taking a nice deep breath in and slowly exhale. And again, just breathe in. And as you breathe out, just let go. Allow your body to soften and to just be here now. And as you listen to my voice, you may notice your mind starting to slow down. Your shoulders may be dropping. Your jaw may feel like it's ready to unclench. And your breath begins to just deepen now. That's right. And you don't have to try to relax because your body already knows how, doesn't it? And now bring to mind the moment where you felt very emotionally charged. Maybe it was a conversation, a reaction, perhaps a moment that just keeps ruminating around in your mind, and just notice it. No need to change it. And now I'm going to have you invite your higher self in to create changes in your field today. And we do that by simply saying, Superconscious, I give you permission to make changes in my field. Please create the perfect treatment plan in the perfect way, aligning all parts and aspects of me with healthy, loving relationships, where I am the predominant creative force in my life and I create my life. I do not respond to life. I create and choose my life with intention. I choose my reactions with intention. And I am the creator of my reality. Now I want you to connect in with the experience that you were having earlier. And on the top of the page on the left-hand side, I want you to write out phone call or business meeting or guy in the red truck in front of me, whatever it was for you. And now just start writing whatever comes up in your mind. Now remember, when we're doing the neural activation techniques, you're just writing like one word. Don't try to make sense of it. It might repeat a lot. And if you really get stuck, you can draw a very straight line, which you can see me doing on the right-hand side of the page. And how you do that is you let your pen swing with the energy. You just keep saying it out loud. In this case, it was unimportant, or something like that. And I just kept swinging the pen, and then you bring the pen down in the opposite direction cutting through that old energetic pattern in your mind. And then you begin to write again. And then you do that, I would say, about 3 times. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start drawing the squiggly neural lines, tracing in over the old pattern and softening it and rounding out the corners to bring some softness to the charged emotion. I invite you to close your eyes and also look into your mind and see, do you have an image? The image that came to mind for me was the image of a small child in a cage playing with a doll. And it was all dark and scary. And I didn't need to assess it or wonder where it was or what it was coming from. I just saw the pattern in my mind. So I wrote it down and I came back to rounding everything out. And now I want you to just think that there may have been a time where expressing your emotions didn't feel safe, where being quiet felt like the right thing to do, where you learned to hold it in. And maybe that wasn't even your fault. Maybe it was learned from family, from cultural, from survival. We don't need to understand. We just want your superconscious to go to the root of it and to tag and treat the original event that created the instructions so that you can speak more consciously, so that you can be the authority over your emotions, your mind, your body, all of your reactions. Anything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and destroy across all time, dimension, space, and realities. And perhaps what you're beginning to realize now is that holding it in no longer serves you. Makes your body sick, it gives you headaches, low back pain. Creates resentment in relationships when we hold resentments that are unspoken. Creates physical ailments, it creates discord, it creates distance. It does not create connection, which is what we all really want, isn't it? So let's begin to gently clear anywhere you decided it wasn't safe to feel, anywhere you made yourself wrong for having emotions, anywhere you learned to suppress instead of express. Would you be willing to release that now? Anything in the way of you releasing it now, I now call upon your higher self and your superconscious to delete, uncreate, and destroy across all time, dimension, space, and realities. All versions of you who are holding on to this strategy, not needing to understand why it was created, just that it no longer serves you. Superconscious, please treat all parts and aspects how to effectively process big emotions. Please install new strategies that are in alignment with the higher self, balancing out all energy centers and creating new neural pathways in alignment with higher consciousness. Please treat all fear patterns and everything as needed. Thank you. Now allow your mind to simply drift back and forward. Maybe you feel something really deeply in your body. It's not expressed, but your body is holding on to it. You can feel it in your body now. Is it in your chest or in your back? Maybe your neck or jaw. Superconscious, please treat all 12 body systems. Please treat all cellular memories, all learned responses of helplessness, and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Thank you. Now just breathe in and breathe out and just continue connecting with your hand, creating something new on the paper, rounding out the edges. And what we're creating now is a tree. The bottom represents the past. And this is not all bad. Some of it's good, some of it's stuff we would like to change. It's our unprocessed emotions or experiences. It's also our wisdom. It's also our genius, the skills that we've learned, the people we've loved, the experiences that we cherish. Everything at the base of the tree had to go into the roots of what we're growing into. The middle of the tree represents the present moment. And that's where you're at right now. The messy middle. It's not always easy to be in the middle of something, especially your own life changes or transformations. And that's why processes like this are so helpful, because we can use it to process what no longer serves us, that we don't want to take into the next phase of our journey. The top of the tree is your future. And we're just going to create big circles up there to leave open space for magic to enter, for things that you didn't think were possible, for new opportunities, new people, new experiences. And this part can feel kind of scary, because when we're standing in the middle and we're handling so much change all at the same time, our identity can feel as if we don't really know who we are anymore. If you're in the middle of sending kids off to college, you might be having some empty nest symptoms, and you might be feeling like, who am I without them around? What's my purpose? How does my life matter? What's the point? And I think this midlife, people call it a crisis, I call it a rebirth, can feel really overwhelming if you don't have the right tools and strategies to process through it and come out the other side feeling stronger and more resilient than ever before. But when you throw in changes in the way that our chemistry is, through menopause or PMS or, midlife changes for men, it doesn't matter. We all go through them. Our body shifts. It's like reverse puberty. So it can make dealing with change and our identity feel even more significant. And to be honest, I think we get a little bit tired at this point of change, of transition, and we just want some things to be easy again. And that's normal. That's midlife. Now, I just want you to continue breathing in and think about this tree, this new opportunity, this new phase of life that you're entering. Because whatever the conversation was that triggered you to begin with, was there to kind of wake you up to something maybe that you hadn't been paying attention to. Usually when people activate me later, I'll say, thank you. I didn't know I was still holding on to that pattern. Or thank you. I didn't know that I was still people pleasing. Or thank you. I didn't realize that a lot of my identity was still wrapped up in being your mom. And I need to grow up now and stop focusing on you so much and start focusing on the next phase of my life. And that's not easy, because you were my life. You were the reason I learned to love. You were what taught me love. And that's hard. And I think we can just hold space for that. And we can also grow past it, knowing that that phase of our life is complete and we're ready to just grow into something new. Into the wisdom era is what I like to call it. So just breathe in. And I like to say, honor your past, which is the roots that have created the you that is now. The experiences, the knowledge, the expertise that you've developed throughout your lifetime. And just breathe that in, knowing that that's yours and it's always yours. The knowledge, the resources, the skills, the experiences, the love you have experienced is something that nobody can take away from you. It's an integrated part of your personality. What's not helping is when somebody says something and you get a triggered response, and then you feel like somebody just hijacked your entire personality and you don't even know who just responded. We want that pattern to shift. Superconscious, please identify the original cause of that pattern. Please identify the somatic trigger. Please install a new emotional trigger that says, I stay calm in conflict. I am the authority of my voice. Anything in the way of that, delete, uncreate, and destroy across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Superconscious, please identify all unprocessed anger, rage, frustration. Please identify this across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Higher self, please come in and simply remove all of these patterns, these emotional structures that no longer serve. Please go to the original event that, if shifted, this trigger will no longer be present in the active experience. Please treat this across all time, dimension, space, and realities. And just breathe in and continue to draw new neural pathways, honoring your past and calling in your future. And breathe in and breathe out. Just allow your mind to clear. And allow your higher self to lift the heavy load. Superconscious, anywhere you feel alone, lonely, abandoned, betrayed by life, rejected, depressed, hopeless. Please treat these patterns, these energetic imprints across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Please treat the root cause, the root trigger, when, if treated, all subsequent triggers will fade, allowing for more joy, more happiness, more possibility, more optimism to return into your life. Please treat the sentence structure, my life is over now. What's the point? My life has no meaning. Please treat these sentence structures across all time, dimension, space, and realities, and also treat the core identity beliefs, inherited and otherwise, that keep repeating these thought loops. Please treat all field structures and any parts that are easily entrained by fields. Please treat with the wisdom process, installing a deep sense of worth and love. Upgrading all DNA structures with the true high self. Activating the true high self chakra. Aligning all parts and aspects with the true high self, which is love. Unconditional love. Anywhere you think you have to earn love, or that you are separate from love, please treat this across all time, dimension, space, and realities. And just breathe in and breathe out. Connect back into that picture in your mind, and has it shifted at all? Has it changed? If it has, go ahead and make a note on the other page and just write down how it looks different. Just keep building this new tree. What is your new life going to look like? What are you going to create next? What would you love to do that you couldn't do before? Thinking back to that conversation, what did you make it mean about you? Allow your body to just pull the answers up. Did you make it mean that you don't matter, that you're not important, that you're being left again? How many times have you felt that? You might see a number, you might just feel a sense in your body. Allow it to come up while you're drawing. Superconscious, please treat all of the emotion that just came up and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Please return any dense energy or dark energy back to sender with consciousness attached, clearing all cords, vows, and contracts of suffering, especially obligations of love. Superconscious, please identify all fear structures and patterns, overwhelm, doubt, anxiety. Please treat all somatic intelligence, upgrading with the true high self, which is unconditional love, kindness, abundance, gratitude. Please treat any and all resistance across all time, dimension, space, and realities. And just breathe in and breathe out. No need to rush, no need to hurry. Just be present with yourself. Anywhere you are still reacting from the past instead of creating from your future, anywhere your inner child is still leading instead of your inner adult, anywhere you've confused emotional intensity with truth, would you be willing to release all of that now? All identities, all attachments, all emotional addictions, all unconscious loops. Superconscious, please treat across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Please install truth. You are safe to feel. You are safe to express yourself. You are allowed to take up space without losing connection. Your emotions are valid, but they are not always truth. Your heart is your truth. And breathe in and breathe out. And now start adding color. I like to use browns in the trunk of the tree just to represent a deep feeling of groundedness. Usually when I'm feeling very grounded, I feel safe and I feel more capable of expressing myself. Pick colors that represent what you need. Softness where you need love, strength where you need grounding, light where you need expansion. Intuitively choose the colors that feel right to you. Your tree could be purple. Your tree could be orange. It's your choice. It's your tree. And just breathe in and feel new life, new color coming in to this experience. Superconscious, please treat the wound of the masculine and the wound of the feminine. Please treat all brain damage across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Also treat all patterns of guilt or shame, especially shame inherited on the feminine side. Please treat this across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Please treat all ancestral imprints. And just breathe in. Anywhere you decided it wasn't safe to have healthy conflict with someone that you love, let's delete, uncreate, and destroy that across all time, dimension, space, and realities. What parts of you are still trying to keep people happy so that you can be loved? If you're ready, we can release that now. We can treat it with the superconscious and install a sense of peace and security and safety and having healthy communication with people. Releasing all trapped emotions, allowing space for healthy communication. Superconscious, please treat all control strategies across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Anywhere you think that you have to control everything to feel safe. If you're ready, we can release that now. All you have to do is choose to let go, to surrender, to allow yourself to feel safe in the softness of your heart. And breathe in. And breathe out. I honor the past. And I release it from controlling my future. Just continue coloring and drawing and bringing new life into your tree. What do you want to grow this next phase of your life? Who do you want to become? What have you always wanted to do that you never had time to do before? Allow yourself to imagine, to dream. Superconscious, please treat the fear of being a dreamer. Please treat this across all time, dimension, space, and realities. As we're coloring in and softening the past and just adding in some new energy, I want you to think about your future. Because all of these resources that you have here, all of these resources that you've created or developed over your life, they're all going to benefit you in the future. With your knowledge, your wisdom, storytelling, your experience, it all matters now. And just breathe in and breathe out. And as you get to the top of the tree, think about this future version of you. What do they look like? What are they doing? What have they always wanted to do that they never let themselves do before? Who are you becoming? What wants to be created through you? What is your soul asking you to birth into existence right now? The answer is not in your head. You'll find it in your heart. Superconscious, please treat all energy systems and the chakra systems, clearing out any old dense energy, restoring healthy chakra balance, restoring the energetic fields, the mental fields, the emotional body, and the physical body into perfect harmony and full alignment. Allow yourself to simply focus on what you want as you're coloring in this old photo, this beautiful new picture. Your tree of life, the one that you've already planted the seeds for, the one that you're growing into. Allow yourself to focus on how you want that relationship to be, the one where you had the argument earlier. How would you like to respond to them from love? Not from the wound, whatever they opened up for you. From higher consciousness with love and compassion and kindness in your heart. But also with healthy boundaries, accountability, gentle and firm, your choice. What would you like to say to this person so that you can preserve the relationship? So that you are not setting your own needs or emotions aside, but so that you take accountability for your feelings, and you might send them a message expressing your feelings, or maybe this was all you needed to do. Maybe you were expecting a child to act like an adult. What would it take for you to not put your emotional needs on this person, but to own them and to actually just have gratitude for the fact that this person helped you learn a new process or get to another root memory that was stopping you from becoming who you were always meant to be? You don't need to know the answer just yet. Just breathe in and enjoy the process of experiencing yourself, this new version of you emerging, growing from the same roots, but stronger, deeper, more embodied and wise. Feel the strength in your wisdom, your resiliency, and your adaptability. Trees grow deep roots into the earth so that when the wind blows, they are unshakable. They twist and they bend, but deeply rooted into Mother Earth, they are strong and last beyond the test of time. I want you to take a moment and ask your future self, what's the next aligned action in this relationship, in this situation? Where should I be putting my focus right now? And what will it take for me to step boldly into the future version of me who is unshakable and untethered to the past? Breathe in and breathe out. Superconscious, ground all memories that we've touched today, including memories 1, 2, and 3, and return them to the matrix of the universe. If this helped you, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way I know that you want more content like this. And also, I will say, as someone who is going through the midlife mayhem right now, be patient with yourself. It's a grieving process that nobody trains you for, and it's unlike anything else. And I will say, empty nesters, we gotta help each other out and talk about the experience a little bit more. It's a conversation that needs to happen. It's a different kind of grief. And I hope this helped you. And if you're not an empty nester, but you just use this process to work through a relationship and otherwise, please let me know how it turned out for you. Because when I stopped reacting to people and I started processing through whatever came up for me, when I felt like they were really triggering me, which I don't like that sentence, but when I felt like that, I started becoming more of an authority over my emotions, my mindset, my body, my reactions. and I felt better. If you would like more help with this, you can try Soma Tribe out for $1 or just follow my YouTube channel and I'll keep posting content like this. Share it with someone who feels very activated by someone and see how they feel. Healing doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Sometimes it's just time, and that's the most valuable thing that you can give yourself right now.